They say you never really know someone until they show you who they are. I thought I knew my husband. I thought I knew my best friend. But I was living in a beautiful lie, wrapped in smiles and secrets I was too blind to see. My name is Emma, and this is the story of how I lost everything and then took it all back. Drop a comment and let me know where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. I'd love to know who's part of our community. 5 years. That's how long David and I had been married. We weren't perfect, but we were happy. Or at least I thought we were. He was a successful architect, always busy with projects, always traveling for work. I trusted him completely. Why wouldn't I? He was my rock, my partner, my best friend's husband's best friend. Oh, and speaking of best friends, let me tell you about Claire. Claire had been in my life since college. We were inseparable. She was the maid of honor at my wedding. She was there when I cried over failed job interviews. She was there when I celebrated my first promotion. She knew everything about me. Every dream. Every fear. Every weakness. She knew exactly how much I loved David. Looking back now, I can see the signs. The way she always laughed a little too hard at his jokes. The way she'd touch his arm when she talked to him. The way she'd show up at our house unannounced, dressed like she was going to a photo shoot, not just dropping by for coffee. But I ignored it all. Because she was my best friend. Because I trusted her. Because I never thought the two people I loved most in this world would do something so cruel. It started 6 months ago. David became distant. Cold. He stopped looking at me the way he used to. He stopped asking about my day. He stopped caring. I blamed myself. Maybe I wasn't exciting enough anymore. Maybe I'd let myself go. Maybe marriage had just become routine. So I tried harder. I dressed up for him. I planned date nights. I cooked his favorite meals. But nothing worked. He was slipping away from me and I didn't know why. Until one rainy Tuesday afternoon, when everything shattered. I was supposed to be at a work conference 3 hours away. But the event got canceled last minute. I decided to surprise David at home with his favorite takeout. I was excited. Maybe this would be the thing that brought us back together. I walked into our house with a smile on my face and food in my hands. And what I saw in our bedroom destroyed me. David and Claire. Together. In my bed. In my home. In my life. They didn't even notice me at first. And when they finally did, the look on their faces wasn't guilt. It was annoyance. Like I was interrupting something important. That's when I knew this wasn't a mistake. This was planned. This was intentional. This had been going on for who knows how long. And in that moment, standing in the doorway of my own bedroom, I made a decision. I wasn't going to cry. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to fall apart. I was going to destroy them both. I didn't say a word. Not a single word. I just stood there, looking at them. David scrambled to cover himself, stuttering some pathetic excuse I didn't even listen to. Claire sat frozen, her eyes wide like a deer caught in headlights. But I didn't give them the satisfaction of my tears. Not yet. I turned around, walked out of the house, got in my car, and drove. I didn't know where I was going. I just drove until I couldn't see clearly anymore, until the tears finally came flooding out. I parked at a random coffee shop and sat there for hours, trying to process what I'd just seen. The images kept replaying in my mind, over and over, like a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. But somewhere between the tears and the shock, something shifted inside me. Anger. Pure, focused anger. They thought they could do this to me and get away with it. They thought I'd just roll over and accept it, that I'd quietly disappear and let them live their happy little life together. They were wrong. I dried my tears, took a deep breath, and started thinking. Really thinking. David called me 37 times that night. Claire sent me 23 messages, each one more desperate than the last. Emma, please let me explain. It's not what you think. I never meant to hurt you. I ignored every single one. Instead, I went to stay at a hotel. A nice one. I ordered room service, took a long bath, and started planning. See, here's what they didn't know about me. I'm not just some heartbroken wife who falls apart when things get hard. I'm a senior data analyst at a major tech firm. I solve complex problems for a living. I find patterns. I uncover hidden information. And I'm very, very good at it. Over the next 2 weeks, I became a ghost. I didn't contact David. I didn't respond to Claire. I let them wonder. Let them panic. Let them think I was somewhere broken and defeated. But I was working. I hired a private investigator, a discreet one, recommended by a colleague who'd been through a messy divorce. I told him everything I needed: phone records, financial statements, travel history, everything. And while I waited for results, I did some digging of my own. I accessed our joint bank accounts David thought I never paid attention to. I found transfers, large ones, to a separate account I didn't know existed. I checked our credit card statements, expensive hotels, jewelry I never received, dinners at restaurants we never went to together. The affair wasn't new. It had been going on for over a year. A year of lies. A year of betrayal. A year of my husband and my best friend laughing behind my back. And then the private investigator sent me his report. What I discovered made everything click into place. And it gave me exactly what I needed for revenge. Claire had been hiding something. Something big. Something that would destroy her entire world if it ever came to light. And I was about to bring it into the brightest spotlight possible. The report sat on my hotel desk like a loaded weapon. According to the investigator, Claire's perfect life, the one she flaunted on social media, the one everyone admired, was a complete facade. She was broke. Not just broke, drowning in debt. Her luxury apartment? Rented with money she didn't have. Her designer clothes? Bought on maxed-out credit cards. Her expensive car? Leased and 3 months behind on payments. But here's the kicker. She'd been scamming people. Claire ran a small online boutique, selling exclusive handmade jewelry. Except the jewelry wasn't handmade. It wasn't even exclusive. She was buying cheap pieces from overseas suppliers and reselling them at 10 times the price, claiming they were artisan creations. Customers had started complaining. Reviews were piling up. People were demanding refunds. She'd even been threatened with legal action by several buyers. And David? He'd been funding her. Those mysterious transfers from our joint account. They were going directly to Claire. Thousands of dollars. My money. Money I'd earned. Money that was supposed to be for our future. He wasn't just having an affair with her. He was bankrolling her lies. I sat back and let that sink in. My husband had been stealing from me to support my best friend's fake lifestyle. While I worked 60-hour weeks and saved every penny for the house we were supposed to buy, he was pouring our money into her bottomless pit of debt. The rage I felt was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. But I didn't act impulsively.
No.
I waited. I planned. I gathered every piece of evidence I could find. Screenshots of the customer complaints. Records of the financial transfers. Photos of Claire's social media posts showing off the luxury life my money was paying for. Bank statements proving David's involvement. I compiled it all into neat, organized folders. Digital and physical copies. Everything documented. Everything timestamped. And then I made some calls. First, I called a divorce attorney. A ruthless one. The kind who doesn't settle, who fights for every penny. I gave her everything I had. She smiled when she saw the evidence. "This is going to be the easiest case I've ever won," she said. Next, I reached out to some of Claire's scammed customers. The ones who'd been most vocal online. I introduced myself as someone who'd been wronged by her too, someone who wanted to help them get justice. They were more than willing to share their stories. Their proof. Their anger. Finally, I contacted a local consumer protection journalist who'd been running a series on online shopping scams. I sent her an anonymous tip about Claire's boutique, along with all the evidence. Everything was in place. All the dominoes lined up perfectly. Now, I just needed to push the first one. It was time to face them. Time to let them know that I wasn't broken. I was just getting started. If you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. 3 weeks after that horrible Tuesday, I finally contacted David. One simple text: "We need to talk."
Tomorrow.
2 p.m. Our house. He responded in seconds. Emma, thank God. Please, let me explain everything. I'm so sorry. I love you. I didn't reply. I showed up the next day, at exactly 2 p.m. David was already there, pacing in the living room like a caged animal. He looked terrible. Dark circles under his eyes. Unshaven.
Guilty.
Good. Emma. He rushed toward me, trying to grab my hands. I stepped back. He froze. Sit down, David, I said calmly. He obeyed, looking like a scolded child. I remained standing. I wanted the power position. I know everything, I began. I know about the affair. I know how long it's been going on. I know about the money you've been giving her. I know about her debt, her scams, all of it. The color drained from his face. Emma, I'm not finished. My voice was ice. You stole from me. You lied to me. You betrayed me with the one person I trusted most in this world. And you did it all while pretending to love me. He tried to speak, but nothing came out. He just sat there, broken. I want a divorce, I continued. And I want everything. The house. The cars. Every penny you took from our account, I want it back with interest. My lawyer will be in touch. Emma, please. And one more thing. I leaned forward, looking him straight in the eyes. Stay away from me. Don't call. Don't text. Don't show up at my work. We're done. Forever. I turned to leave, but he grabbed my arm. What about Claire? Are you going to talk to her? I smiled. A cold, calculated smile. Oh, don't worry about Claire. She's going to get exactly what she deserves. I pulled my arm free and walked out. I didn't look back. That evening, I sent Claire a message. Just one. I know everything. Check the news tomorrow. She called immediately. I declined. She called again. And again. 15 times. I blocked her number. Because by tomorrow, she wouldn't be calling me anymore. She'd be dealing with something much bigger. The journalist I'd contacted had finished her investigation. The article was scheduled to go live the next morning on the news site's front page. Local boutique owner accused of scamming dozens of customers. Exclusive investigation. Complete with customer testimonials. Evidence of the scam. Photos of the cheap imported jewelry next to Claire's inflated prices. And best of all, a detailed breakdown of how she'd funded her fake lifestyle. I didn't mention David in the article.
I didn't need to.
His role would come out during the divorce proceedings. This was about Claire first. I wanted her to fall.
Publicly.
Spectacularly. And tomorrow morning, the whole city would know exactly who she really was. I poured myself a glass of wine and waited for the sunrise. Revenge, I was learning, is best served cold. And calculated. And absolutely devastating. The article went live at 6 a.m. By 8 a.m., Claire's boutique Instagram page was flooded with angry comments. By 10 a.m., her personal accounts were being bombarded. By noon, she deleted everything. But the internet never forgets. Screenshots circulated everywhere. Local Facebook groups shared the article. Former customers came out of the woodwork with their own stories of being scammed. The post went viral in our city. Claire's phone number, which someone had dug up and posted online, was ringing nonstop. People demanding refunds. People threatening legal action. People just calling to tell her exactly what they thought of her. I watched it all unfold from my laptop, sipping coffee, feeling absolutely nothing but satisfaction. She tried calling me again from a different number. I answered this time. Emma. Her voice was hysterical, broken. Emma, please, you have to help me. They're destroying me. My landlord saw the article. He's evicting me. My family won't talk to me. I've lost everything. Good, I said simply.
What?
Emma, You took everything from me, Claire. My husband. My trust. My money. You smiled to my face while stabbing me in the back for over a year. Did you really think there wouldn't be consequences? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. David and You just what? Fell in love. Please. I laughed bitterly. You're a liar and a fraud, Claire.
You used me.
You used everyone. And now everyone knows exactly who you are. You destroyed my life, she screamed. No, I corrected her. You destroyed your own life. I just made sure people knew the truth. There's a difference. She was sobbing now, incoherent. I hung up. 2 days later, David showed up at my office. Security had to escort him out. He was desperate, begging me to drop the divorce, claiming he'd made a terrible mistake, that he'd do anything to fix it. I looked at him through the glass doors as security dragged him away. The man I'd loved for 7 years. The man I'd built a life with. The man who'd thrown it all away. I felt nothing but pity. My lawyer filed the divorce papers that week. Thanks to the evidence I'd gathered, the case was straightforward. Adultery, financial infidelity, misuse of marital assets. David's lawyer tried to negotiate, but mine was relentless. Within 3 months, the divorce was finalized. I got the house. I got 3/4 of our savings, including every penny he'd given to Claire, with interest. I got my freedom. David moved into a small apartment across town. Claire disappeared from social media entirely. I heard through mutual acquaintances that she'd moved back in with her parents in another state, completely broke and humiliated. They'd both lost everything. And I was just getting started on my new life. A life without liars, without betrayal, without people who didn't deserve me. 6 months passed. The divorce was finalized. The house was mine. I'd redecorated every room, erasing every trace of David. New furniture, new paint, new energy. It didn't feel like the home we'd shared anymore. It felt like my home, my sanctuary, my fresh start. I threw myself into work, got a promotion, started traveling for conferences, made new friends who actually valued honesty and loyalty. Slowly, the pain faded. Not completely, betrayal like that leaves scars. But the anger, the bitterness, the need for revenge, that was gone. I'd gotten my justice. And more importantly, I'd gotten myself back. One Saturday morning, I was at a coffee shop when I saw her.
Claire.
She looked different, older, tired. Her designer clothes replaced with simple jeans and a plain shirt. No makeup, no confidence. Just a shadow of the woman who used to command every room she walked into. Our eyes met. She froze, her face going pale. Part of me wanted to turn away, to pretend I hadn't seen her. But another part, the part that had healed, felt something unexpected.
Pity.
I walked over to her table. She looked terrified. Emma, I'm not here to fight, I said quietly, sitting down across from her. I just want to understand.
Why?
Why did you do it? She stared at her coffee, tears filling her eyes. I was jealous, she whispered.
Of you.
Of your life. You had everything I wanted. A career. A husband who loved you. Stability. And I had nothing but debt and lies. So, you decided to take it from me? I thought if I could just have what you had, I'd finally be happy. But I was wrong. I destroyed everything. My reputation. My friendships.
My family barely speaks to me.
And David. She laughed bitterly. He blamed me for everything. Said I seduced him. Threw me away the moment things got difficult. I wasn't surprised. David was a coward. Of course he'd blame her. I'm sorry, Emma, Claire continued, looking at me with genuine remorse. I know that doesn't mean anything now. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. But I need you to know, I regret it every single day. I sat there for a moment, processing her words. A year ago, hearing this would have felt like victory.
But now?
It just felt sad. I don't forgive you, Claire, I said honestly. Maybe someday I will. But not today. What you did was unforgivable. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. I stood up to leave, then paused. But I hope you learn from this. I hope you become someone better. Someone honest. Because the person you were, she wasn't worth knowing. And with that, I walked away. For the last time. They say revenge doesn't heal you. And maybe that's true. But justice? Justice gives you closure. What David and Claire did to me was cruel. It was calculated. It was a betrayal that cut deeper than I ever thought possible. But looking back now, I realized something important. Their betrayal wasn't my failure. It was theirs. I didn't deserve what happened to me. I wasn't lacking. I wasn't boring. I wasn't insufficient. They were broken people who made broken choices. And those choices had consequences. I'm not proud of everything I did. Exposing Claire publicly was harsh. Some people called it cruel. Maybe it was. But she'd built her entire life on lies and scams. She'd hurt dozens of people, not just me. Someone needed to stop her. And I don't regret being that someone. As for David, he reached out one last time about a year after the divorce. A long email full of apologies and regrets. He said he'd been going to therapy. That he understood now how badly he'd hurt me. That he wished he could take it all back. I read it once. Then deleted it. Because forgiveness isn't about them.
It's about me.
And I'd already moved on. Today, I'm in a better place than I ever imagined. I have a career I love. Friends who are genuine. A life that's completely my own. I even started dating again. Slowly.
Carefully.
But with hope. Because here's what I learned from all of this. Betrayal reveals character.
Not yours, theirs.
When someone shows you who they really are, believe them.
Don't make excuses for them.
Don't blame yourself. Don't stay hoping they'll change. Just walk away. And build something better without them. Some people ask me if I'd do it all differently if I could go back. If I'd confront them sooner. If I'd try to save my marriage. The answer is no. Because that betrayal, as painful as it was, set me free. Free from a man who didn't value me. Free from a friendship that was always one-sided. Free from a life that looked perfect but was rotting from the inside. So to anyone going through something similar, here's my advice. Don't let betrayal break you. Let it rebuild you. Stronger. Wiser. Better. And when you rise from the ashes, make sure they see exactly what they lost. Because the best revenge isn't destruction. It's becoming so incredible that they realize they never deserved you in the first place. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next video. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts.